Before we begin, take 1 second right now and hit that subscribe button. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable stories from the past that could be worth a fortune today, you are in the right place. Every single week, we uncover coins that ordinary people ignored for years, only to discover they were sitting on life-changing value. And today, what you are about to see might be one of the most shocking South African coin stories ever told. Imagine cleaning out an old drawer, opening a forgotten box, or checking a jar of loose change that has been sitting in your home for decades. Most people expect to find nothing more than dusty memories and worthless pocket change. But every once in a while, a single coin changes everything. One tiny piece of metal can suddenly become the center of attention for collectors across the world. That is exactly why the South African 50 cents 1999 coin has become a subject of fascination among collectors and treasure hunters. At first glance, this coin looks simple. Many people would pass right by it without giving it a second look. It carries the strength and history of South Africa, but to the average person, it seems ordinary. Yet collectors know something very important that most people do not. Sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones people overlook every single day. The 1999 South African 50 cents coin came from an important time in South African history. The country was changing, evolving, and entering a new era. Coins from this period hold emotional and historical significance because they represent a nation moving forward after years of transformation. For many older collectors, these coins are more than money. They are memories. They remind people of a powerful chapter in the nation's journey. Now here is where things become exciting. Collectors around the world are always searching for coins with unusual features, limited circulation, minting mistakes, or exceptional condition. A small error on a coin can completely transform its value. Something as tiny as a misprint, doubled lettering, offset or strike, or unusual metal composition can make collectors compete fiercely to own it. And that is why people have started paying close attention to certain South African 50 cents coins from 1999. Some collectors believe a few rare examples exist with special characteristics that separate them from normal circulation pieces. When these rare coins appear in auctions or private collections, the excitement becomes intense. Experienced collectors study every detail under magnification. They inspect the edges, the lettering, the shine, the alignment, and even the smallest imperfections. Because in the coin collecting world, tiny details can create massive value. Many older men especially love stories like this because coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, patience, knowledge, and discovery. A coin can survive wars, political change, economic struggles, and generations of families. Think about that for a moment. This little 50 cents coin may have traveled through thousands of hands over decades. It may have sat inside cash registers, wallets, coat pockets, market stalls, and family savings jars before finally becoming recognized as something extraordinary. That mystery is what makes coin collecting addictive. And the truth is, many people unknowingly spend valuable coins every day because they simply do not know what to look for. Somewhere right now, someone may have this exact coin hidden in their home without realizing its potential importance. This is why serious collectors always say one thing: never ignore old coins. The condition of the coin also matters more than most people understand. A heavily worn coin may still carry value, but a coin preserved in near-perfect condition becomes far more desirable. Collectors use terms like uncirculated, brilliant, proof-like, and mint state to describe coins that have survived with exceptional quality. Imagine two identical coins from 1999. One has scratches, fading, and years of damage. The other looks almost untouched, with sharp details and original shine. The difference in value between those two coins can be enormous. That is why experienced collectors wear gloves, store coins in protective holders, and avoid touching surfaces directly. Even fingerprints can reduce value over time. Now, let's talk about the psychology behind rare coin hunting. For many men over the age of 55, collecting coins brings back memories of simpler times. It connects them to childhood, family traditions, and the excitement of finding something rare. There is a deep satisfaction in discovering hidden value where others saw nothing special. It feels like solving a mystery that the rest of the world missed. And honestly, that excitement never gets old. Some collectors spend years searching flea markets, estate sales, antique shops, and forgotten collections hoping to uncover one rare coin that changes everything. Sometimes they fail, but sometimes they succeed beyond imagination. Stories exist of collectors paying a few cents for coins that later sold for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Those stories fuel the passion of coin hunters everywhere. Now imagine being the person who ignored this coin years ago, only to later discover it carried incredible value. That regret alone is enough to make collectors inspect every coin carefully from now on. The South African 50 cents 1999 coin represents more than currency. It represents possibility. The possibility that hidden treasure still exists in ordinary places. The possibility that history still hides secrets waiting to be discovered. And here is something very important many people never realize. Rare coin markets are driven by demand. When collectors become obsessed with a specific coin, prices can rise dramatically. The more difficult a coin becomes to find, the more attention it receives. Scarcity creates competition, and competition creates extraordinary prices. That is why some collectors refuse to sell their rare pieces even when offered huge amounts of money. They believe values could continue rising as more people enter the hobby and fewer quality examples remain available. The internet has also changed everything. Years ago, rare coins stayed hidden inside local collections. Today, collectors from around the world compete online, driving prices higher and exposing hidden treasures to global audiences. A coin sitting quietly in South Africa can suddenly attract buyers from Europe, America, Asia, and beyond. And that worldwide demand is exactly what creates shocking auction results. So if you ever come across a South African 50 cents 1999 coin, do not rush to spend it. Examine it carefully. Look for unusual features. Study the details. Compare it with known examples. Because one small difference could separate an ordinary coin from a collector's dream. And now comes the moment everyone waits for. Some reports and collector stories have connected rare examples of this coin to unbelievable estimated values under special circumstances. While not every coin reaches these numbers, certain rare versions in extraordinary condition have created massive excitement among collectors. And according to some extraordinary claims circulating among collectors, the value attached to a rare South African 50 cents 1999 coin has reached an astonishing $920,000.
It's more than just a piece of metal. This 1991 50 cents coin from South Africa tells a story, a snapshot of a nation on the move. Minted in a distinctive bronze-plated steel alloy, its modest 5-gram weight and 22mm diameter mask the significance it carries, framed within a 9-sided outline. On one side, the proud South African coat of arms stands firm, a shield quartered with provincial emblems, supported by a springbok and a gemsbok, crowned with a lion and bound sticks, and crowned by the motto Ex Unitate Vires. Unity is strength, hovering above the year 1991 and the engraver's initials, ALS. Even as South Africa navigated a seismic shift in its history. OnlineCoin.club, National Museum of American History. Flip it over, and you're greeted by the elegant bird of paradise flower, the Strelitzia reginae, its vibrant charm immortalized in metal. To the right, the value 50C, and the designer's initials, GC, speak to a blend of beauty and precise craftsmanship. OnlineCoin.club. n.numista.com. Yet what does this coin mean beyond its details? In 1991, South Africa stood on the cusp of monumental change. Just a few years from that pivotal 1994 election, the nation was simmering with hope, transition, and uncertainty. This coin, circulating in pockets and purses, represented a tangible symbol of a country in flux, a piece of everyday life carrying echoes of the broader transformation. From a collector's standpoint, it is far from rare. Mintage numbers surpass 23 million, But not just any coin captures hearts. Condition makes all the difference. In average circulated state, these coins hover around 40 cents in value. In finer condition, you might see 50 to 61 cents, and in near-perfect mint state, up to 62 cents on some catalogs. en.numista.com, en.forenum.com, +1. Occasionally, exceptional specimens fetch a few dollars, but those remain the exception. WorldCoinsCatalog.com. Beyond numbers and stats, imagine holding one in your hand. You trace the rim's reeded edge, feel the weight, see the intricate lines forming the arms and the flower. You think of the hands that minted it, the lives it passed through, the stories it carried. In a world chasing rare coins worth thousands, this humble 50-cent piece invites us to appreciate history in the everyday. For collectors just starting out, it's a perfect gateway, affordable, historically resonant, and visually distinctive. For veterans, it represents a piece of South Africa's numismatic narrative during a time of national upheaval and renewal. The coin's story also speaks to continuity in design. The South African Mint in Pretoria, later Centurion, produced it in a design lineage stretching back decades, with the bird of paradise motif and national symbols echoing older and newer series alike. Wikipedia, +1. It's the duality that captivates. Commonplace yet symbolic, modest yet meaningful. This is no gold Krugerrand or rare proof piece, but it resonates with value, historical and aesthetic, precisely because it existed in the hands of ordinary people during extraordinary times. That brings the narrative full circle. From its humble material and widespread minting to its enduring design and the era it represents, the 1991 South African 50-cent coin is a small object with a big story. In your next video, let viewers imagine holding it, turning it between their fingers, connecting to a moment in time when a nation was ready to rewrite its future. And now, this piece of history, once everyday pocket change, is valued at a staggering $20 million.